Well, hey there. Welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, if you haven't already. If you are a new subscriber, my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your family as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. This super fun comedy action movie by Paramount Pictures opens worldwide on March 31st. However, it has been having select screenings in various cities in the country. The movie is rated PG-13 and is 2 hours and 14 minutes long, but the time flies by. My movie review mom grade is an A. So let me tell you why I love this movie so much. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell first, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer some tips for parents because kids are definitely going to want to watch this because the trailer makes it look so much fun, and it is. And then I'll give you some recommendations for some other movies. All right, let's get started. So in a nutshell, even if you've never played the Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game, or you don't even know what that is, you're still going to get a kick out of this charming adventure action movie. It's about a thief and a band of unlikely characters who embark on an epic quest to retrieve a lost relic with magical powers. But things go dangerously awry when certain villains get in the way. The film was directed beautifully by John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, who also wrote the script together with Michael Gillio, or maybe it's Gillio. Sorry, Michael, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you did a fantastic job. It has already won the Audience Award at the SXSW Film Festival this year, so it is off to a great start. So there's a long list of things that I really liked about this movie. First of all, I was thrilled to attend a press screener for film critics and some ticket winners where the studio gave away a bunch of prizes, free popcorn, cookies that had the icing with the logo of the movie on top. And they even hired a guy to play the mandolin at the front of the theater to get us all in the mood. People dressed in costumes and snapped pics in front of the big banner that was designed specifically for this big kickoff event. It certainly put us all in the mood for a great time, and a great time it was. Back when I was a teenager, only a few of my classmates actually played D&D. They were kind of considered oddball nerds, and there was this sort of stigma associated with the game. Nowadays, everybody plays the game and all are welcome. The audience I watched the movie with included all types and all ages, and everyone had a complete blast. This spirited movie definitely captures the great imagination that the D&D game and its players are known for. The fantastic cast includes fan favorites like Chris Pine, swoon, Michelle Rodriguez, and Chloe Coleman, as well as Regé-Jean Page, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, Daisy Head, and so many more. They all look like they were having a total blast, which always makes it so much more fun for audiences. Bradley Cooper, yes, he makes a little cameo performance, and his scene was a huge hit with the audience and made everyone laugh with glee. I'm such a huge fan of Chris Pine. He's fantastic in this role, and we even get to hear him sing a little bit for a really fantastic musical number that he sings. Watch the movie Into the Woods. He's just terrific in that. There's lots of humor, and there's something magical about being in a packed theater and hearing audiences laugh with delight. And speaking of laughter, Hugh Grant is also in the movie and was a scene stealer. He's also terrific in a recent movie that's out called Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre. That's me practicing my Duolingo French. I just did a movie review of that one, so check out that review too. There's incredible world building and landscape designs. The cinematography and special effects are truly spectacular. Now, Hasbro was involved with the movie, so I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of toys and merchandising for this movie. I haven't seen it yet, though. There's some fun costume design, and the action sequences are frequent, playful, and extremely entertaining. There is a crazy, impressive one take shot that lasted an unbelievably long amount of time and just gave me goosebumps. It was terrific. The movie feels like a quest and is a perfect tribute to the spirit of D&D. Great set pieces that transport you to an unknown magical land. I kind of felt like I spent the day at a Renaissance festival in some regards. All right, now with all of that fantastic praise, there were just a few things that I didn't like about the movie. First of all, there's no explanation at all about how and why there is magic and why certain people have certain powers and gifts, but it's D&D, so no explanation is required, right? Just go with it and don't overthink anything. There's also so much exposition throughout the entire movie, which can be exhausting. On the other hand, it's needed because so many things happen that require explanation. Let me give you some tips for parents. I think the movie is family friendly. There is some profanity, but no F-bombs. There's lots of destruction, violence, and fighting with various weapons. Subtitles need to be read when a made-up language is spoken. Some of the themes that are illustrated well are hope, persistence, never giving up on yourself or your friends, loyalty, friendship, and love. So I always like to write down funny lines and interesting lines to kind of give you a taste of the movies that I watch, to kind of give you a heads up as well. And so here are some funny lines. You can read all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. So here's one by Justice Smith. He plays a character whose name is Simon, and he says, "I wasn't scared, merely startled." Because there's lots of jumps and scares, and it's just kind of fun to see how the characters react to various things. Now, Chris Pine plays this just delightful character and lovable character named Edgin. And he says, just because that sentence wasn't symmetrical doesn't make it nonsensical. And everybody in the audience was like, wait a minute, does that make sense? It just made me laugh. And then another scene with Chris Pine is when Zank, I'm not pronouncing his name correctly, but he's played by Regé-Jean Page, who says, "Protect this with your very life." And Chris Pine says, "I will." And then he instantly hands it to somebody and says, "Hold this." Now, an interesting line is when Zank, again played by Regé-Jean Page, says, "All that matters is what we do with what remains." That's actually a really true line. And then he also says, "The fact that you see good in me means there might just be." And I thought that was really sweet. There are many more lines, but again, you can find them all on my website. So before I go, I want to give you some recommendations for other films that are sort of similar and in the sort of similar genre. For example, one is called Catherine Called Birdie. It's kind of medieval times with a lot of comedy, clever humor, lots of action, and then also some really touching moments. Another movie in a totally different genre is The Portable Door, which just recently came out. And I'm including that in my recommendation because there's action and mystery and drama and some crime and some fantastical creatures and people and gifts and that kind of stuff. Just kind of a fun movie again, like this one. All right, that is it for my review. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. When you get a minute, go join me on Instagram. You can find me as Movie Review Mom, but you can also look me up on Instagram as Trina Boice. That's my actual name. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next movie review. Bye for now.